Good morning. This is Nikki Gagnon, and I am live with Esther Jacobs. And this morning, we're talking about the Virtual Entrepreneur Summit that we have coming up on Monday, January 24th. And she's one of the speakers. And I just wanted to introduce you to her because she's just such a really interesting person. She's a digital nomad. She's been traveling for like over 15 years. And I just want to share with you a little bit about what she's up to and how she does that. So, welcome, Esther. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for organizing this. And welcome
Absolutely.
to South Africa. I'm in Cape Town right now.
That's so
And
awesome.
to prove it, I can show you where I am because it's a Sunday afternoon, but it was very hot. So I decided to go to the co working space, which I have all to myself, a very nice
Awesome.
modern co working. But the big thing here is the view of Table Mountain from the co working. Look at this.
Beautiful. It is beautiful.
Isn't it amazing? And here you
Yeah,
see the city.
that's awesome.
So, yeah, it's very nice to share that with you.
I love it. And so when I spoke with you, you were just leaving Italy and you were coming to South Africa. So how long are you here?
I'm actually here for quite long. Usually, I only stay in a place for 2 or 3 weeks, sometimes even 1 week, but I'm here for, I think, 2 months.
Nice.
In Europe, it's winter right now, and here it's summer. And I'm here with a group of like minded people. So everybody works, and then in the evening, we do barbecues, and in the weekends, we go hiking. And it's actually quite cheap to live here, and it's very nice. People are nice, the food is amazing, the country is amazing. And by being here, I also kind of support the economy because South Africa really had a hit in the last 2 years, and everybody's just so happy to meet a foreigner. I take Ubers, I eat out in restaurants, I help out people where I can, and it's a tiny little bit, but I feel like I'm contributing just a little bit.
Definitely. Yeah, and just the experience of getting to travel and meet new people and be around a new culture is just like that's my dream life is exactly what you're doing is just to travel all the time. So I wanted to
But
share.
the traveling itself, I must share with you, is it takes a lot of energy. So the longer you stay in one place, the better you can manage your energy. And
Mhm.
also, if you change locations a lot, it's more expensive. And every time you travel, it takes you a day to leave and a day to arrive. So if you switch locations every week, it takes 2 days out of your week, your energy. Plus it's more expensive, plus it's less good for the environment. So it's better when you travel to stay longer, more like slow traveling,
Yeah.
which also gives you an opportunity to really get to know a place instead of just rushing. And also, people think that when you're traveling and working, you can treat it like a holiday. Like you go on excursions, you move from place to place, you do some work, you go out. After a few weeks, you'll be exhausted. So, if this is really the lifestyle you want to have, you should treat it like a normal life. And the exciting thing is that you have a different view all the time, but it's not that all day you're doing like touristy or sightseeing things.
Right, that's a great point. I know that in our limited amount of travel that we've done just around the U.S., like the longer we stayed, the much like more peaceful it felt, and it it just felt more connected and like just like a lot calmer, and we didn't have to constantly pack up and move and try to figure out like how do we readjust in this new place and try to reestablish a routine all the time. That was a challenge that we faced as well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I also like that you feel like a local when you're in a place for longer. Like people start to know my name, like here in the co-working space, they recognize me from last year. And yesterday I went to get a massage in like a very luxury 5-star hotel somewhere around here. And I was in the waiting room, and one of the masseuse therapists came out and said, "Esther, is it really you? I had to look twice. Oh, you came back." So I'm like, wow, it makes me
Wow.
feel so at home when people recognize you. I know my favorite restaurants. People there recognize me. I know exactly what I want to order, the good cakes or the good things on the menu. And that gives me this feeling of feeling at home, even though I travel a lot. And the funny thing is, people that live in one place, they want diversity. They want to discover new restaurants, new places. And for me, it's completely reversed. So even though my life sounds very exciting, within all this excitement of travel, I try to keep it like very simple and structured, so I maintain my energy for working and for other things I want to do.
That's really amazing. Yeah, I think that's smart too. Um, and then how are you able to do this? Can you tell a little bit about what you do for work?
Yeah, a lot of people think it's expensive to travel and to travel all the time. And maybe when you compare it to a holiday or a vacation, those are expensive. But for example, I don't have a fixed place to live, so I don't have to pay rent or mortgage or whatever. So I stay in Airbnbs or hotels or with friends. And if you travel in places that are cheaper than where you used to live, then living expenses are also cheaper. And what I do, I'm a speaker, an author of 30 books, and I help people to write their book in 1 week. So I organize writing retreats and workshops and mastermind classes about book writing. And
Amazing.
every time I learn something new, I share it. So even though being a digital nomad is not a profession or anything, I help people to find more freedom, because the things that I found out already that I learned and the things I did wrong, it's easy for me to share the tips and the do's and don'ts. So I don't like the fact that a lot of people have to reinvent the wheel, whether it's for writing a book or for traveling or for other things. And if I have the knowledge or the experience, I'd like to help people. So whenever I get more than 3 or 4 requests on a certain topic, I create a workshop around it, or a retreat, or I write a book about it, or I give a presentation about it, and then I can share my knowledge with more people.
That's really cool. I like that. You've like cracked the formula. So 3 or 4 is a good number where you know people are curious about it. That's so awesome. And her workshops sound really awesome. She does some really interesting things, everyone. So sometimes they're on like a little vacation somewhere, a little retreat, and you get to have a little bit of a break and also get your book written. So it's pretty creative.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, people who come to my retreats, even if it's a writing retreat, they also experience a little bit of my lifestyle, because I always do the retreats in places that I know well. Like the next one in March is going to be in Curacao, the Caribbean, and then in May in Mallorca, the Spanish island where I used to live, and then in October in the French Alps.
Wow.
So by going to a retreat, you meet like-minded people, you get some of my knowledge, my energy, my feedback, and also you get to experience the lifestyle. Like, how can you organize something in a place you don't know or you don't know well? How can you organize things without breaking the bank? The location independent lifestyle. So I try to combine everything. And uh, often people call me the no excuses lady, because I don't see, well, actually, I do see a problem sometimes, but I tend to regard them as challenges, and I can turn any challenge into an opportunity. And that's a mindset thing. And that's what I always share with people in my retreats, my workshops, my books, and in conversations like these, because somebody needs to show you. You know, you can look around you and see only negative things, and if
Right.
nobody points out how those negative things can also turn into a positive thing, or you can even create opportunities where other people see challenges, then that if nobody teaches you that, then you don't see it, right?
Right. Yeah, it
Once you
definitely helps
see
to have
it,
a
you can
model.
never unsee it.
Exactly. That's so great. I love that. The interview that she has coming out in the Virtual Entrepreneur Summit is
February 2nd.
is that when the date is for you? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just awesome, and she has some very cool stories that I won't give away, but the journey that you've been on is just really interesting to me and inspiring, and I'm really happy that I've gotten a chance to get to know you.
Thank you. Thanks. It's been really nice exchanging all these ideas. And I hope together we can inspire more people to find more freedom.
Absolutely. And just a reminder, everyone, the Virtual Entrepreneur Summit is January 24th through February 2nd. And I'll put a link in the comments so that you can register or share it with a friend who's an entrepreneur as well. Thank you so much for being here, Esther. I really appreciate it.
See you soon.